Hi. Um, oh, this is a bit awkward, ain't it? So hi. Hi. This is gonna be a bit of a weird video because I don't know what to talk about, how to talk about it. Well, I know more or less what to talk about. And at least I know a few things of what to talk about. But I don't know how to talk about it because it's a little bit weird for me. First off, Happy New Year! I'm a little bit late, but Happy New Year. Um, so, a little bit weird for me, not gonna lie. I haven't uploaded a video in 3 months, 4 months, I think, technically. I want to say it was September was the last upload. I want to say September 18th. It was somewhere in the middle of September. And that was basically an apology video. Once again, basically saying, I screwed up. Well, I screwed up again because I haven't uploaded anything in 4 months. I'm not good. I'm not very good. Um, so I after I'm not gonna lie, I got discouraged and everything. Of course, like I normally do. I've already talked about it, so I'm not gonna ramble about it. But once again, I got discouraged and things happened. And before I knew it, I didn't like the position I was in. I didn't like the right mindset. And I was trying to figure out what was wrong with either me or what I was doing. And it's weird. It's weird when you don't know who you are. I'll be honest. Um, over the past, let's see, how old am I? So over the past 5 years, I'd say. I've had a bit of a identity crisis. I'm not going to lie. For a good portion of my adult life, um, I have no idea what I was doing. I'll be perfectly honest. And one thing led to another, and I started getting not so much depressed, but I started doubting myself. And the weird thing is that I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't know what was getting in the way of what I was doing. I was trying to do so much stuff. I was trying to do reactions, and I was trying to do let's plays, and I was trying to do streams, and I had a few other projects. I wanted to go back to audiobooks like I did whenever I started the channel. I wanted to do a few things, and it just, I think the root of it was I just tried to fit too much on my plate, and I just couldn't eat it all. Funny enough, that's actually what I did earlier today for lunch. I tried to eat so much, and by halfway through, I was like, oh, crap. Um, but, yeah, so during that period, I think it was about. It was after October. I'd say about mid November, maybe early November. Uh, it wasn't so much depression, but I started doubting myself more or less. Like, once in a great while during that time, I would check in on the channel, and I noticed that people were still liking what I was doing, but some people were liking what I was doing. Some people were not liking what I was doing, and even a couple people were like, "Hey, I don't. It's not that I don't mind. It's not that I mind what you're doing. I'm just not finding it like fun or whatever anymore. So I'm just gonna head out." And I completely understand. I mean, I was making content, not really regularly, but I was still making content on a general basis, and I just have moments when I just stop. So it's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's very weird for me. Excuse me. So I wanted to figure out what was wrong with what I was doing or what was wrong with me before I came back. I wanted to know what was the problem before the problem rises once again. And it took me after the early to mid November kind of questioning myself sort of deal. Like I said, not so much depression. It was about early December. It might have not even been December yet. That I was trying to figure out what was wrong, and I was listening to a podcast. I was at work doing my usual thing, and I was listening to a podcast like I normally do, like I've been doing for a while now, weirdly enough. I've never been into podcasts, but recently I've listened to a couple. And at one point during the podcast, they were talking about things like YouTube and such. It was a YouTuber podcast, and one of the things they started talking about was doubting yourself or even cheating yourself out of things like sponsorships, which I never planned on having sponsorships, but once again, if the opportunity arises, I'll think about it if nothing else. But the biggest thing with that was they mentioned a term, a phrase, a term that I didn't know what it was, but when they said it, that thing screamed out to me as if it was the wail of a banshee. So the next moment I got, I looked it up, and I knew what was wrong with me. I knew exactly what was wrong with me. I had imposter syndrome. Every time I made something or did something, I would look at the guy in the video and think, that's not me. No way that's not me. I would look at my subscriber count and I would think, this isn't my channel. This is not my channel at all. The heck? And I would even look at some of the views and some of the analytics, which a lot of YouTubers I found out say don't do, but I like to look at that stuff to make sure people are liking what I'm doing. And some videos got so many views. Some of them got upwards of a few thousand. I think a couple of videos in particular are pushing like 10,000, something like that, views, which that's just insane to me. Which also I can't thank you enough, but anytime I look at those views, I just think, that's not me. I did not make that video. I did not upload that video. That's someone else's video. That's not me. And I started to reevaluate myself. I started to evaluate myself, and I started to think about, why am I looking at this person who is obviously me and thinking it's not me? So, what is wrong? I don't know. I don't know. Imposter syndrome is a weird thing to describe. You basically think you're not who you are. You do this stuff, you say this stuff, you think this stuff, and yet all of that you look at and go, that's not me. That's not me. Don't get me wrong. My online life, it is a bit different to my offline life. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I don't sit here and play video games 24/7 and watch anime so much. I've got 2 monitors, but that doesn't mean I'm playing video games on one and watching anime on the other, or vice versa. Yeah, I'm playing games, but I'm playing games with friends, and I'm doing other stuff. I've actually, during that time, about September, I found a small little community in real life, like about 20 minutes from my home, and I found a small community that I can actually go and see physically. So it's really... It's weird because I've never had a social life, but whenever I go out and do that thing, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. And it's really nice. And it's not like I go out there and I spend 30 minutes doing what I'm doing, or even an hour. Sometimes I can spend up to 5 to 7 hours over there. And it's so weird. But it wasn't until recently that I realized, yeah, I have imposter syndrome. No matter what I look at, no matter what I see, think, or do, every time I look at it, I go, that's not me. There's no way I made that. There's no way I said that. There's no way I did that. And I thought about it. And I realized what the problem was. When I started the channel, I wanted to make a channel for people to come, have fun with, laugh at, and just have a good time, whether it was at my expense or not. Now, of course, if I played a video game or I watched an anime and there was something I needed to censor, I would censor it, obviously. If someone was getting cut up in a video game, I was going to censor that. That's not okay. Just look at one of the recent stream plays I did with Uneven. It was a Way Out. Right off the bat, I had to censor something immediately. But here's the thing, is that it was on the PS4. What the heck am I going to do on the PS4? I can't censor anything. The second I stream it, it's going straight online. So what am I going to do? I ripped it from Twitch. I got done with the stream, immediately ripped it from Twitch, put it in editing software, ran over the entire thing, and censored the part I wanted to, but looked at the entire stream. That stream was 2 hours. And I sat down the entire time for 2 hours. I still can't believe I did that. But there was one thing that I was thinking about that isn't my online life. One of the things about my channel is I try to promote not necessarily purity, because God knows that's not happening, but a sense of anyone can come to my channel and you don't have to be afraid to watch my content. Now, granted, obviously I'm reacting to anime, so some people are going to see you watching someone watch the anime and going to be a little bit weirded out. But really, it's not so much that. In my in my life, you'll probably have seen it a lot on my streams and such. As of the recent videos I've recorded, I've started doing it. I don't curse. I don't curse. I do. A lot of people would argue that I do with things like crap or even frick. That would be, a lot of people would say that I was cursing there. But I don't really, not unless I'm really angry, like legitimately angry, then okay, yeah, I may slip it. It may slip out. But really, I don't. You know, before I curse and swear, I will hit something or I will scream. You know, just verbally scream. I won't scream words. I'll just scream. But that was something in my channel that I tried to promote. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good philosophy, I guess you could say, to just not have cursing in your life, because it's a bad habit, and if you get into that habit, it's very hard to get out of. And it's always been a habit of mine to not necessarily curse, but just say, I obviously started with like dang and darn, but then I went to crap, and I went to nuts and things like that, and ended up going frick or god dang it. And once in a great while, I don't know if it's ever shown up on stream, but talk to any of my friends, Uneven, Zareth, pretty much anyone in Zareth's circle. Talk to one of them. You'll definitely hear me say. You'll definitely hear them say like, "Oh yeah, he occasionally does," but it's hard to, you really got to get him riled up. It's like, okay, fair enough. And when I say curse in that circle, I don't mean like, oh gosh darn it, or frick. I'm saying things like son of a bitch, like, yeah, okay, purple's angry, uh-oh. But it's not something I'm proud of. It really isn't. That is when anger has taken me and I can't stop myself. I don't like to promote it. I'll be honest, I don't like to promote it. Anytime I would curse, I usually bleep myself out. Like, I'm sure you've heard me go, oh, son of a... But even then, those are little. Those are like, if you're just gonna bleep yourself out, why not just say the word? But I'm trying to not curse, honestly. even in my offline life. I hate to say online life. Real, even in my own life. But it's really hard. Really hard. Just because stuff gets to me and I don't like this or that, and before I know it, I'm, God dang it, God bless it. God. So, I don't know. So, here's what's gonna happen. Things are happening with the channel. Now that it's the new year, things are happening with the channel. I'm not going to hold back anymore. In a sense. Obviously, I can't do stuff because of YouTube. But obviously, I'm not going to start cursing up a storm like a sailor, But I'm just going to say what I want to say. And if I think it's bad, or if I think people don't want to hear that, I'll censor it in editing or something. At least with a video. With a stream, you can't really censor anything in a stream. I'll try to catch myself, but no promises that'll happen. And when it comes to other people in my videos, like Uneven or Zareth, I'm not gonna tell them, I'm not gonna tell them to keep the language down or keep the anger down. Obviously, if they say some things, or if they're cursing every 5 seconds, I'm going to say something then, because that's just too much. But when it comes to just telling people right off the bat, hey, you're on stream, don't curse on my channel. But I'm just not. And so to any children who watch my videos, yes, I know you're watching. I see the YouTube analytics. Please consult your parent, because, like I said, I'm going to try my best not to curse, but there's a good chance that it's going to slip from time to time, whether be it from me or from one of my friends in the video. Speaking of videos, those are also going to change. Not to the extent of I'm just going to drop everything and start something new. I'm still going to be doing reactions. I'm still going to be doing Let's Plays. But I'm going to be doing what I want to do. If I want to do a Let's Play, I'm going to do a Let's Play. If I'm going to do a reaction, I'm going to do a reaction. And one thing about my channel that I've tried for the past 6 years is I try to have a schedule. I try to upload things on a normal schedule, on a normal basis. That way people can go, it's Tuesday, there's going to be a reaction today. I don't know. I've been trying that for 6 years. If I've been doing it for 6 years and it's not working, there's a good chance it's not going to work. I could just be, I could just be saying, I'm not trying hard enough, but really, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. So, yeah, that's going to change. I've always tried to have an upload schedule. That's not happening. So, streaming, of course, I've been streaming the past, while over that. I've pretty much only taken a break from recording. I've tried streaming multiple times. And another thing too. I'm not. Here's the thing about the imposter syndrome. Was when I first created the channel, it was not actually the YouTube channel that came first. I created the Twitch profile of Purple Citizen. That was because I tuned into Chocorune's stream, Choco's. I turned into her stream. That was back. I had basically recorded the first episode of 100% Orange Juice, and after that, I did some multiplayer. I think I said it in the video. I can't remember, but I did some multiplayer afterwards, which I was extremely new to online multiplayer. Local multiplayer, I've played with my dad multiple times, just on the same console. 2-player split screen. Which they don't have, by the way, anymore. I have no idea how much I want to play Halo with my father now, but no split screen anymore. But yeah, online multiplayer was very new to me, so that's actually where I met Choco and Xerath. I believe I met Choco first, and then I met Xerath afterwards, I think. Or was it Xerath and Choco? It might have been that one, actually, now that I think about it. But I met Choco, and she told me she was streaming, and I was like, streaming? Like, what? She's like, on Twitch. I was like, what do you mean, on Twitch? So I looked Twitch. I got onto Google and I looked up Twitch. And I found out that people were, they're doing what Twitchers do. They're doing what Twitch streamers do. They stream. They play video games, or they talk to people, or they do whatever. And it was there that I saw Choco streaming. I can't remember what she was streaming. Probably Mario Party. Either that or some JRPG. Maybe visual novel. Probably a visual novel. That's where I met Zero and Uneven and Lynnet and Lucy, and oh my gosh. That's where I met the whole Saturday Night Gang. Friday Night Gang? I think it was Saturday Night Gang. That's at least kind of the name we all came up with. Well, they all came up with. I just kind of worked my way into there. I don't know if I'm part of the Saturday Night Gang, but I feel like I at least would like to be part of the friend group, if nothing else. I want to be part of the group, But it was then that I realized that, online wasn't so much of a bad place. And it pretty much snowballed from there, because after a while, like I said, I was recording the first episode of 100% Orange Juice. I had made a couple other episodes that basically I was pretending to be a YouTuber so I could get the feel for it, and I could be like, okay, is this actually something I want to go into? And yes, for anyone wanting to know, yes, I was doing 100% Orange Juice. I was actually doing FNAF 1 at the time. So, and no, I'm not uploading those old episodes. You got 100% Orange Juice. That should be enough. I do not want to go back to those days. If I re-record it, that'd be a stretch. But, if I re-record a FNAF 1 episode or something, I don't even have FNAF 1 on this computer. It's on my old computer. But either way, what I'm trying to say was... What I'm trying to say is... Things are happening. I'm not dead yet. You can't kill me that easily. I have been noticing people have been subscribing even during the break, which... What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? I'm surprised you didn't think I all died and, just started leaving. But I do appreciate you guys sticking around. I really do. And that just shows that people still want to see me. So instead of showing you who Purple Citizen is, I'm going to show you who I am. Purple Citizen is the character I created that lives on the land of Purple Progress, Planeptune, and worships his goddess, Lady Purpleheart, Neptune, and tries to get everyone to recognize her greatness, and I'm just tired of it. Don't get me wrong, I love this series, I really do. It's a fantastic series that people beat down because of things like fan service and such, which I don't blame them. It is a interesting series. But I am not Purple Citizen. Purple Citizen is a character I created. I am not Purple Citizen. I am me. And I want to do stuff that I want to do, not stuff that he would do, if that makes sense. So, don't get me wrong, you can still call me Purple, you can call me Sora. That might actually be better, because then you're not calling me that, then you're not referring to me by that character, but I don't know. Things are going to change. I've said it so many times on this channel. I've said it so many times. But things are going to change. I'm going to do what I want to do. And the first thing I'm going to do is make some videos. Because in the last video I recorded, I said something like, I still got some videos I need to edit, and I'm going to get to work. But I looked over what I needed to edit, and I'm just going to say no. I had some projects with Uneven. I'm just going to say no. I had some projects with Xaereth. I'm just going to say no. And there are a few projects that I thought of that I'm going to say yes. Like I said, I've gotten into a community recently, and I'm not going to mention what the community is quite yet. I want to leave a separate video for what I've been getting into. So yeah, and also I'm gonna try streaming a lot more often. I don't know how, but I think I've said it before. I'm working third shift now. So that is an interesting case of sleeping during the morning and working at night. But I'm okay with it because I'm a night owl. And it's a weird thing. It really is. I don't want to tell you guys I'm stopping what I'm doing. If I'm in the middle of a project, I'm going to continue the project. But if I'm starting a project and I'm just not, if I, like, I feel like it's just not good right now, I just won't do it. It's like my old Let's Plays. When I was doing something like Wario World, I wanted to do that Let's Play. I love that game and it was one of my childhood games, so I wanted to Let's Play it. But I started Link's Awakening, and I had a couple problems while recording the series up to this point. The that little highlights video of basically me catching up to the point of losing a recording. That was fun. I will admit that was fun. That was very fun. But everything else was kind of slowly trickling down. And before I knew it, it wasn't fun anymore. I still like the game, don't get me wrong. I like the original. But to record the game just didn't seem fun. So I thought of a few ways I could do that. I could maybe record my reactions and stream gameplay, or vice versa, or I could just go all to streaming, or I could just go all to recording, which that's going to be fun. I was trying to do that multiple times. We all know how that ended up. But I don't know. So I just want to let you guys know you can't kill me that easily. I can guarantee you that. I know, and I want to apologize to a few people. Uneven. Sorry about ghosting you. I know that you have my number now, so it should be much easier to get a hold of me, but a lot of times I do see your messages. There's just a chance that I don't reply, either because I can't reply at the moment or I can't think of a good reply. Like you mentioned something, and like you mentioned an idea, and I want to think about it before I send something back. To which I should say something like, okay, that's a cool idea, let me think about it for a little bit, instead of just not replying. But for whatever case necessary, I do see your messages. I just never know how to respond. And when it comes to responding for me, I take talking and conversations very seriously. So I always try to think about what I say before I say it, whether that be a text or verbally. So, yeah. I was not... In a way, yes, I was ghosting you. And yes, I saw your tweet. That's why I messaged you after a while. But I wasn't ghosting you because I didn't want to do anything with you or because I didn't like you or whatever. I ghosted you because I felt ashamed that I couldn't, how do I want to say? I felt ashamed that I couldn't look at you and call you a friend when all I've done is not ignore you, but on your side, I can only think of you thinking I'm ignoring you, and that that made my guilt rise massively. Um, so yeah, in a sense, I did ghost you, but I did not ignore you. So yeah, I'm sorry. Choco, hi. Um, I God, I have so many freaking things to say. First of all, I'm sorry I haven't talked to you in God knows how long. And I mean, sure, that one time recently, I tuned into, was it Uneven's channel? And you were in the chat. I can't remember. Um, but when I say talk to you, I mean like physically talk to you, like whether be it over Discord or whatever. I'm sorry that I haven't spoken with you in a while. Um, and yes, I, I have actually thought of a few projects we could do. You know, we could play together. We could, not everything is Uneven Citizen whenever it comes to collabs. Me and there's me and Zareth. There's me and you. There's Uneven. So many people. But I have thought. Honestly, it's the same thing of I haven't talked to you in so long that I'm afraid that if I try to talk to you again, you may misunderstand as me trying to, cling back and trying and me basically begging for you to take me back as if like an old boyfriend would or something. And I don't like to do that. That just feels scummy. So I've already done that once. Um, and I just hope that we can get on better footing. Um, if you do want to talk again and just maybe at the very least catch up, my work schedule is so erratic, but I don't know. But yeah, I do want to talk to you, and I don't know. You've always talked to Purple Citizen, but I want you to talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, this online personality when really just I haven't talked to someone as me. And Mikhail, I don't know if you're watching this or not, but I'm sorry for constantly getting on your nerves. And I don't I don't do it on purpose. You've known me the longest. It I'm very paranoid about people, and I'm very unsafe. Is that the right word? I'm very skeptical about people. And I mean, especially recently, I am very paranoid about people. But when I'm doubting something that you're saying, it's not because I think you're crazy or because I think you're stupid or something. It's honestly because with the way I was brought up, I never knew what people talked about. So when it comes to stuff you say, some things I don't believe, not because I don't believe it, but because I was told and I was brought up to believe something different. So when buying something online, I know to never go on Craigslist. I know to never go on eBay. Well, not unless it's like from an actual store or something, because then even that's kind of sketchy. I know to never go on well, eBay's kind of sketchy here and there. With pretty much the only thing I know is if I don't get it off of Amazon or if I don't order it from a physical store, it's sketchy. It's super sketchy, which isn't the case, honestly. But whenever I'm in disbelief of something, that's not because I don't believe you or I don't believe what you've experienced or whatever. It's just simply because I was brought up in kind of a, I hate to say this, in kind of a secure manner that everything I was brought up conflicts with what I'm being told today. So I'm still coming out of my shell. But just know that anything you say or do, if I don't believe it, it's not because I don't believe it. It's because I was brought up in a family that taught me differently. And it's going to take me some time to get acclimated. It got me 6 months just to get used to the internet. Meanwhile, kids today, you give them a week and they're like, oh yeah, I know how to look up that one video, and they go to 3 different websites and they pull up the video 3 different times. It's like, how the heck? But yeah, there's also a few other people that I could think of, but it's, I don't know. Just to anyone who's ever known me personally, if I don't believe you, that's not because I don't believe you. That's because I was brought up in a environment, in a society that what they teach conflicts with what I'm being told today. And I can be very back and forth on how I feel. Not just about that, but my emotions can be very back and forth. They're not so much two-sided or like, what's that condition? Two-faced or whatever. But they can jump from one thing to another based on what I'm witnessing, whether that be a video game, an anime, just a normal TV show, something, a movie, whatever. So, yeah. I'm not going to say it again because I've already said it 3 times so far 4 times maybe, in this video. And I planned on not saying it at all, but I wanted to get those off my chest because I don't know. I don't know what will be the next thing I record, and I do not know at all what is going to be the next thing I upload. But I know what I do next is going to be something that I want to do. So, yeah. To anyone watching the video, thank you for sticking with me for this long. I know I've taken up 51 minutes at least of your time. And I don't make videos for my sake. I just want to make someone happy. That's all I want to do. That was the goal of the channel on day one when it first was born. Purple Citizen or not. So instead of me saying, I'm going to get to work now, or I'll see you guys in the next video, I don't know when I'll see you, but I've got a lot of stuff planned. Not just Let's Plays or, reactions, but I've got a lot of stuff to do. And instead of rushing them and trying to get 5 videos out a week, I'm just going to take my time. Okay? So I know you guys like videos, you guys like to see the reactions, some of you like to see the Let's Plays, but I'm gonna do stuff on my own. And I understand if some of you want to leave. I understand some of you have left. But I don't blame you. If I was watching someone who was doing the exact same thing I was doing, I probably would leave too. And I don't know if I'd come back. So, with that being said, thank you so much for sticking with me for these years. Thank you very much for putting up with the the amount of crap you guys have been put through because of me. It's inexcusable, I can tell you that much. But thank you for putting up with it. And I have ideas for when I hit certain subscriber markers. Only because I can only do stuff at certain subscriber markers, honestly. YouTube will not allow me to do stuff until I hit certain markers. But I did notice I'm getting close to 500. Which, once again, my imposter syndrome is smacking me in the face. But thank you. Honestly. Thank you. The fact that I've gotten this far, good Lord. Which means I can only go farther. What's that classic saying? You've hit rock bottom, so the only place you can go is up. Something like that. I feel like at this point, I've hit rock bottom a few times, but this is the only time when I've hit rock bottom, and I've gone, oh, there's no ceiling. Alright then. stand up and start climbing. So, yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun. So, yeah. Thank you everyone so much for watching and sticking with me over the past years. I don't know when the next time I'll see you guys, but I do know it'll be soon because I've got some stuff planned. Not just with me, but with some other friends as well. So, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the new videos that will be coming out years to come. And I'll see you soon. Okay.